Oh, that one's super good.
Oh yeah. It's good too because this is like Michelob Ultra is my brand.
Is that there?
Yeah, go ahead, Doobie. You touched it already, dude. Nobody wants
Yeah.
your Doobie germs after that, bro. Okay, well,
Let's have some fun.
thank you guys. Okay, so this is called the Round Block Podcast, where we talk to people, not about them. Yeah. So, and what goes around comes back around. So, okay, today we have Jason and Ilima. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Sup,
Yeah.
KP?
Totally didn't know Jason was that big too, man. It's fucking huge.
I ate some Miracle
what I
Grow on
said
the way
too.
over from Kona. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. Never mind.
Okay, bedroom talk. Okay, well, let's we got the Bellator champ. So is it former Bellator champ?
Yes.
Does
Unfortunately.
that hurt a little bit?
No, I like it because whenever somebody says like, "What's up, champ?" I'm always like, "Former," ha ha ha. But yeah, no, doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I know I'm always gonna be champ no matter what. That's
In our hearts anyway, right, Hoy? In our hearts, right? Okay, so you defended that title how many times?
I successfully defended it 4 times.
4 times.
Yeah, so I never knew. Do you say like? I guess my title would be 5-time Bellator champion because like I won it once and then I defended it 4 times after that. Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
run
so
it,
5
run
times,
it,
right?
Add it
Yeah.
up. Yeah. That sounds way doper anyway. Yeah, 5 times.
That's on my Instagram bio.
Okay. Hey, shout out to Anheuser-Busch for the Michelob Ultras.
Oh yeah, sorry guys if you hear us like drinking stuff. It's Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
Organic seltzers.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody doesn't know. People are super niele nowadays. So they were kind of like asking me in my DMs, about you guys' relationship. So if for my viewers that don't know, how do you guys meet?
Jason, I'll let you take the lead on this one.
So
Okay,
Maybe-
for everybody that doesn't know, by the way, like Jason isn't some just random dude that I met. He's like, I feel like he has some clout, I guess, in the music industry. He's on his bassist, longtime bassist, has played with a bunch of groups, and yeah, it's like super sexy 6'4" someone guy with dreads and tattoos everywhere. So yeah. That's my description of Jason. If any of you listeners don't know who he
No,
is.
I knew him already too. You know what I mean?
Big Island boy from Kona side. All right. But anyway, how do we meet, babe?
So maybe about 2 years ago, her fight in Hawaii, Bellator fight in Hawaii, was coming up, which made her pop up in my Instagram feed for like a few mornings in a row. I'm like, why the hell does this girl keep popping up in my feed?
That
And
means
then-
she was looking at your shit. You know
That's-
the algorithm?
Is that what it is?
No, because I never followed him. I didn't
So you
follow
typed
him.
his name in and then
But she
looked.
also looks
No.
at people that she doesn't follow. I see you do it all the time.
I never looked at his page because he didn't even have a picture of his face in the icon, in the thing. So like, I didn't know who he was. But go.
But yeah, so we had a mutual friend that I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
One of our tour managers and my good friend was one of her really good friends. And after her popping up in my Instagram feed for a few mornings in a row, I decided to ask our friend Natalie, "Oh, is Ilima single?" And she said, "She's super single." And I said, "Oh,
Dude, you just went for it then.
yeah." Well,
Nice,
I wasn't
nice.
going for the kill, like where I didn't think I was going to be like sitting here like this with her now today. I was just interested,
Yeah,
and then I was at the gym, and then I look at my phone, and then I just have messages from her like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay,
Shut
that was
up,
easy,
dude.
Yeah,
I
okay.
didn't say, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, "Oh wow, that's impressive,"
Or
because he
she-
did a Turkish getup. He doesn't even know what that is, but like he did it, and I was like, "Oh, that was actually pretty good." So I was like, "Oh, I'm impressed."
So he had nice form and
Yeah, and it
Okay,
was
okay.
good. And so yeah, and actually, Natalie was the one that. She sent me all the screenshots of your guys' conversation, and you're like, "Oh, I'm so happy. I'm smiling like a little boy." She's like, "Don't tell him I sent you these." So I was like, "Oh gosh, this is too easy."
So wait,
Thanks, Nat.
dude, did you just rat Natalie out on my podcast?
Yeah, but
Jeez,
whatever.
Natalie.
She knows everything about us.
Shout out to Nat, man. Shout out to Nat.
So yeah, I guess I slid into his DMs, but he was the one that
Asked about you
asked
first.
about me.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an even shot right there. So, so you're still performing,
Yeah.
and so how does that schedule work out between you two guys? Like,
For now, it's okay because COVID,
'Cause
has
COVID.
brought it down a lot. Like, so the gigs are minimum. And then our band in San Diego that we're doing, she's kind of our manager, you know. So she's always there and helps us book a lot of this stuff.
so COVID COVID could be a relationship strengthener, or it could just like wipes people out.
To be honest, it was working more against us sometimes.
Oh, really?
I felt.
Well, like the timing of it was super nuts because when Jason and I started talking, we were doing the long distance FaceTiming thing for a couple months because I was in camp, so I couldn't leave San Diego, and he was basically on tour. He was working back in Kona, so he couldn't fly up to see me. And when we finally were able to meet, it was literally 2 nights before or 2 days before I had to fly back to Hawaii for Bellator Hawaii. So I'm cutting weight. I'm, on 500 calories a day.
Super
I'm just
grumpy.
Stressing out, have to pack everything. I meet Jason. I'm having anxiety going to the airport. I'm like crying and just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to finally meet him. And then
It was kind of exciting though, right? Was it
no,
kinda
yeah,
exciting?
we were for sure excited, and I freaking got out of the car and I looked up at him. I was like, "Holy shit, you're huge!" Like,
See, you were like
same
me. You
reaction,
didn't know
yeah.
how big this fool was.
I
right?
did not know how big he was, and I was like, "This is awesome."
Yeah, but because I saw him. I saw you before at like the Green concerts and a bunch
Yeah.
of concerts and just not, I guess, up close.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, motherfucker, kind of big, man.
Yeah, he was super big. But then, so we got to hang out with each other for 2 days, and then I flew to Hawaii, and he stayed behind in California to go on tour, the winter tour with Anuheadam. So yeah, and then I fought. He flew back home right after my fight, and we met each other's entire family, and that was like when we were kind of like, okay, yeah, we're together. We're like serious. We're meeting each other's families. And then COVID happened. Well, he ended up moving up to San Diego like a couple months after that, right when COVID started. So we've literally been in the house in San Diego 24/7 since we started dating pretty much.
So
yeah.
you guys just jumped into a marriage.
Yeah. Like we compressed 10 years worth of relationship like into less than a year.
So okay, so how's that dynamic? Because like I know Jason, what do you play, bass?
Mostly, yeah.
So mostly bass,
Mostly,
but
yeah.
you're even in a band, you're in a little bit more in the background.
Yeah.
So how is this being front and center kind of all the time? Like that's Ilima's job,
Yeah.
that it comes with the territory. So is it a weird dynamic, something that you're not really used to?
I feel
Something
like
you're getting used to?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, yeah, I definitely am less on the, I guess, like to be more in the background for sure, and be more chill. But yeah, I guess I'm getting used to it being with her. And I think it's a package thing though. People can like recognize us together. Like a lot of times before they wouldn't.
Well, they recognize him because
Yeah.
he's huge. Again, he has long ass dreads, so he's pretty recognizable. And I'm just this tiny, like people can't tell if I'm a boy or not. And
Especially
I have
with
my
the mask
Yeah.
on. Dude, yeah.
And so, people will see him and then they'll kind of like look for me, which is cool. So like we'll be out too. And it's so hilarious because we both will get, we'll both have our little fans or followers come up to us and like, so someone that I think is coming up to me, they're actually like, Jason Sensation? And then vice versa.
And then I'm like, oh, she's cooler than me. They're like, oh, hey. Like they don't know who she is. I'm like, that's odd. But yeah, thank you.
No, but it's cool, and Jason, I feel like he's been with Anuhea for so long. In her band as her like right hand man, he basically like helps manage and run everything. And Anu and I are very similar in the sense that like we are, out in the public. We're in the we're kind of like public figures.
The whole PR.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
But
it wasn't too much of a shock then.
no,
It wasn't, because I feel like I play a good Robin for Anuhia and Ilima both.
Yeah.
they're sidekicks. So yeah,
I like that, man. That's how you know what's up, man. He can say I played a Robin, man.
Yeah.
There was no.
I never want to be the Batman, but I'd always been a good Robin for sure. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I love that. Okay, so what's the worst fight you guys had then? Because I mean, like I watch all the stats and stuff for this this COVID thing. Suicide is up, domestic violence is up, child abuse is up. All the things that to me are the real big problems. It's 0.04% mortality rate for COVID, which I'm very I know people can get sick and stuff, and I just don't like their spin on it. I don't like the way they played, especially like Hawaii people. They're real close to their grandparents. So when you play the grandparent and throw that in the mix, like, oh, if you don't wear a mask, you don't care about your kapuna. And that to me that was just terrible. You know what I mean? Like, you're putting words in my mouth. No, because I went on the Department of Health website and I looked up the actual factual numbers, and that's why I feel comfortable. And and there's people and there's a demographic that take a little bit more care and that you have to be a little bit more responsible around. I get that too, but for the most part, man, it just kind of ruined the economy and people's lives.
Yeah.
it
So
was nuts because for Jason, who's a gig worker, literally all of his gigs got canceled.
Yeah.
Everything. So he did not have any income, but like the timing was kind of perfect that he had left Kona when he did, because Kona was totally shut down, especially all the entertainment industry. So he was able to find some start a band up in San Diego and see how that goes. And so that was nice. And then thankfully I was able to fight. Thank goodness. If I wasn't able to have that one fight this year, like, we kind of would have been screwed.
Definitely OnlyFans for sure.
Yeah. We were going to make a couples OnlyFans.
you guys should have, dude.
Yeah, I feel like people will watch.
It's definitely not too late,
Dude, I promote OnlyFans hard, and she will, like, I told her she can have one,
But ours
She's
would
gorgeous.
be, yeah, Gigi's gorgeous. But I was like, well, I don't think ours would be super sexual by nature, but I think it would be funny.
Interesting.
It would be like, all right, Jason, you can slap me in the face, and like we'll put that on my OnlyFans or something, something like that.
I'll take that.
Okay, yeah,
especially having an argument.
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm gonna circle back to your original question, which was like, what was our worst fight? What did you whisper?
I said you can answer that one.
We did scrap a lot during COVID. But I think, like, for sure our worst one was we actually drove out to Utah and to go rescue a dog. And I get blacked out drunk off of wine. And that's never, like, actually I black out pretty much every time I drink. But this night.
Let's go!
This night was, we were drinking wine and I just like went nuts at him for no reason too. It wasn't like we were mad at each other, arguing at all. We had a great fucking night, and then we're back in the car and he's like, hey babe, like, where's the address to the hotel? And I just wouldn't answer
Just
him.
turned on.
Yeah. And so in my head, I'm like, okay, well, like, why would I react like that? And so the only logical reason I could think of was like, well, he should fucking know where we're staying, Like, why do I always have to be the one to book everything and like take care of all that shit, Yeah. That's the only thing I could think of. But we ended up scrapping and full on like, I like upkicked him while he was driving, and then the
Dangerous high
usual.
speeds, Thank God I don't have a glass jaw, or else we both probably not be with you guys today.
And then, like, so we pulled over, the freaking car died. It's also Utah, it's snowing, and it's like 4 a.m. we can't find, I'm so drunk that I can't find my phone. His phone died. The car won't start up, so we can't charge his phone. And so we're just in Utah. Oh, we have the fucking dog in the back of the car. And so
You guys like the rescue dog?
yeah, the rescue dog.
The dog
You guys didn't
he's
really
a psycho.
rescue it then.
And now he's just stuck in the car with us on the side of the road.
He was better off at the shelter, man.
For sure, for that moment in time, yeah.
Yeah, but that was probably the worst because it got physical. Like, yeah, we've had fights before, but it was never like that physical. And honestly, like, I'm open to talking about this. Well, I do work with victims of domestic violence, and like that's totally not a joke at all. But like, from my perspective, like that was mutual combat, and that is like, like it was mutual combat, and it was like we both agreed to it. So you know,
I don't think I had a choice, to be honest.
but you know that I'm like, well, fuck, or you know, I'm a
You
fighter.
didn't agree to. You're nominated.
But we were okay, and I told him too. I was like, you know, no matter how much training I have in MMA, no matter how bad I think I am or whatever, like I will never be able to actually do anything to him because like it's just I physically can't. Like it doesn't matter if I'm a fucking world champion. Like I'm not gonna have that strength to be able to overpower him at all. Like I'm not gonna be able to hurt him. So like why am I trying? You know? And then the next morning when we, you know, were sober, both of us were just like, holy fuck, like we are never going to do that again. Like we saw that was the worst that we've ever seen each other, and we're just like, we're never doing that again. I'm so sorry. I love you. Like,
well, so in the end, it brought you guys a little bit closer.
Yeah.
honestly, it did.
Yeah.
And I'm not prescribing to this idea that
No, I know.
violence in a relationship is good. You guys should do it.
No, I get it too.
I don't promote it at all, but like it just happened, and it
Well,
was
it's just like it's like war. You know, you cannot promote war, but when you go to war, whoever you're going to war with, you guys are closer at the end.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So,
so
I see that.
That was the worst. That was the worst fight, and it was just. Oh, we started going to couples therapy after that.
Which now is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, super fun.
So you know, people just trip out that I did that before, and I was just like, I just got to one of those places where it's like, man, you know, I'm kind of stubborn, so I need things to go my way, and if it doesn't go my way, then I figure like, I know how to be by myself. You know, I spent almost 6 years in prison, so I don't, you know, I'm not stranger to being by myself. Yeah, shout out to Pornhub, but so it you know, with relationships, it almost you know, emotionally numbed me to a point where it's like I'll give up pretty quick. You know, it's, like, if it doesn't go my
You're
way,
jaded.
and dude, it's just I'm just like laters, you know. But so I was like thinking, shit, dude, I'm always gonna end up in these relationships where I just don't give. Am I that cold or am I that numb? And then I tried it. I was like, I'm gonna try to do this. You know, I did the couples therapy thing, and then well, you know, that relation didn't work out, but I learned a lot. You know, so that's the thing I'm stoked about. I did learn a lot. You know, I think when life prescribes you these really tough moments, you know, you can walk away with a good lesson and stuff. So I'm sure you guys walked away with a good lesson.
Yep. And we're still learning more lessons, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's so funny because our therapist is like this cute little howly girl, and we have to do it virtually. Yeah. So we're just on a computer screen, and the whole like I think our last 2 sessions, we weren't like yelling at each other, but we were like, oh yeah, and then today, and like you just see her face like, okay,
It's working.
all right. Yeah. So, but it is, I mean, I really enjoy therapy. I started going to therapy a couple of years ago, and but this is my first time doing couples therapy.
Okay.
So yeah, it's funny. And like by the end of the session, me and him are like holding hands and we're all happy. So
That's good.
It's fun.
Yeah, dude, I mean, what'd you take from it? You know, have you done that kind of stuff before?
I have
or-
never, and I was actually not really open to it too, because I was like, I don't need that. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's like
we're
a
all
common
kinda
guy
think
thing.
That, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then I thought that it would be bad for me, and Now we got an outside opinion saying, how crazy Ilima is, and it's awesome. So now, no.
I went. No, I was like you too, because I felt really confident that it's not me.
Yeah.
Too. So I was like, yeah, couples therapy, let's go, dude. Watch me ace this, like it's a test or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
you know what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah.
I'm gonna get a fucking A, dude. You're gonna get a fucking D or an F, dude.
Yeah.
I think I'm a pretty cool guy. I'm just confident about that. And
Well, I've been keeping score too. I'm like, okay, you got that session, but it's still 3-2.
well, at least she's not undefeated. You know what I mean? Cool. So, I'll give the listeners a little, backstory about, for Farmers Market and sponsoring you and stuff too. We had a mutual friend. Like, I was friends with Mitch.
Oh yeah, what's
So-
up, Dubs and Guns?
He was so cool too, and I was hoping him and Mick like worked out too before, and I don't know what happened to him. He's kind of like disappears off social media here and there too.
Yeah.
But he was a really good friend. When I was locked up, I got furloughed to from Louisiana. I got to take a bus because it's cheaper for them to just give you money. I'm on my way out already. So if I'm going to another program in Oregon. So I got to take a bus. And right there, as soon as they give you like food money. They give you like $40 or some, a couple $100 actually, because there's several stops and it took a couple days, yeah. And you do the Greyhound, which is amazing. No, amazing, dude. I
Oh.
just spent
Wait,
5 years in there. You know, what I mean?
that's
Catching
true.
a bus
And
is such a
going that
luxury,
far, yeah.
dude. I took a bus from Lompoc to Victorville, which is like an 8-hour ride, shackled like this, dude. And like you don't and it's common knowledge that don't eat the food because you don't want to have to take a shit or piss when you're locked up and you got black box and stuff too. So it's just starving. You have a headache the whole 8 hours, and I was just like, oh man. So when they gave me some money, first thing I did was I went to Kinko's, like the bus stop. You're there for like 45 minutes, transfer bus and stuff. I ran over to Kinko's. I spent my food money. And I bought a Kinko's card, and it logged onto my AOL Instant Messenger because I was like popping back then. And then Mitch was the only one on. I said, "Yo, I'm transferring prisons, dude. Can you Western Union me some money? I'll catch you when I get back out." Which wasn't for a couple of years anyway. But he sent me some money. So right there, dude, I went, dude. I drank a fucking beer, which you're not supposed to. I bought a steak. Dude, I didn't eat steak in years, dude. I bought a fucking steak, and I had a beer. I was like stoked. They carded me. I have a prison ID. Dude, the prison ID works, dude.
Oh my god, because it has your birthday on there.
Yeah, dude. In fact, I still have it. I keep it in my wallet as a reminder. Never sell drugs again. I don't even got my wallet. I think it's over there.
So that's how like you and Mitch met inside. No. You guys were friends from before.
Yeah, like from back in the day.
Yeah.
Like
And then
partying and all kind of
Yeah.
wild shit.
And then Mitch was dating one of my best friends. I don't want to put her name on blast, but there it is. Wait. I cannot reach it, babe.
Don't be showing that.
Keep doing it.
Don't be giving out all my information. You're gonna make a credit card on my.
Oh, that doesn't even look like you.
Oh,
Yeah, I gained 25 pounds during COVID. I hate you guys.
No, that
just-
doesn't. It just looks like maybe because I've only seen you with the hat on. Oh, you're 6'1". You're pretty big too.
Not that big though.
I love how you try to scratch out your birthday too. That's what Jason does.
I always do that. Yeah. I put my thumb over it too.
Well, I've had I got frauded several times already. So like I've learned like you gotta keep that shit like I don't even like because you become kind of public figure and stuff. I try to always like I lie about all those things.
Yeah,
like
so I don't- yeah, Social
birth dates
Security,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Or just I think I forget how old I really am though.
Yeah. Then you end up believing your own lie like myself.
No, it really was. Yeah. And I've never told the truth about my age, so I always really do forget.
Yeah, dude. Same here, dude.
And then I made him show me his ID because I'm like, why are you blacking out the graduation whatever they're called, like the graduation year
Yeah, dude.
gown. I was like, why did you black that out? What year did you grad?
That's slick though, but I feel you though, because I did the same shit too. But that just means he liked you, because like he didn't want you to come up on this information and that might change how you feel about him or something.
Yeah. That's why he was doing it.
Got your back, bro. I got your back, dude.
But yeah, so Mitch was dating one of my best friends, and then
so I know about your
connections.
I know about your career from jump too, and I kind of followed you and stuff, and whenever other local brands like sponsor fighters or something, local brands are tough, man. They're so cliquey, and I'm super not about any of that drama too. So like I just like backpedal, like okay. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, and I don't even like sponsoring. I like sponsoring fighters that have other local brands as sponsors, because I don't know, they just like act super weird. And for me, it's like I know what I'm doing for the fighter, and I know like the money and like, because I do like, well, you're like super famous, and so you got a different deal. But for our other guys, that are on the come up and stuff. Excuse me. We do like knockout bonuses and submission bonuses and knockout bonuses, and we don't have enough money, because I'm a small local brand, to really catch all their training camps and all the way up, because we do so many smaller unknown people on the way up that I can't afford to do that kind of stuff. But oh man, it's just it's a tough thing that when I work with them and then something goes wrong, then, it's my fault. And I'm just like, dude, I don't like drama. I'm just like super busy. It's, I have 3 brands. So I have a Loa shirt company called Aloha Nui. I have Broken Hearted, which is my small personal line that I do just for pretty much me. It's like
Your passion
my
project.
my little therapy kind of brand, Then I have Farmers Market, which, like took off in Hawaii, and, it's really big in Hawaii. Actually, it's kind of known around the world now, which is pretty weird, because like we had pop-ups in Guam and stuff, and you think nobody knows you in Guam because everybody's kind of like smaller and stuff, but then you walk around over there and they're like, oh, can I take a picture? And I was like, what? You know who I am too? Really? Okay, yeah, sure, dude. It's super flattering and stuff. Yeah.
Even in our scene too, like like San Diego, Southern California, like they're all into it. They want to be. They all know your brand, and farmers especially. Like all the boys that come over, especially they come play music, and they're like, "Oh, Ilima." They see her farmer stuff. Like, what is this? And she's like, "Yeah, you can have it."
Yeah,
They're like, "I guess you can have it." But yeah, so it's like like a lot of people always rocking that stuff all over the place.
And I've bounced around from a lot of local sponsors, local brands in the beginning of my career. But honestly, of course, I knew who you guys were, and I was like, fuck, if I could work with these guys, because Pineapple Clan. I was like, I'm the pineapple freaking princess.
Yeah,
This is the Pineapple Clan. We need to get it going. But then
fight. That's the same thing. Well, I'm not gonna say her name, but but we used to talk about. So
and then I'm not gonna lie. Like, okay, I love my managers. I'm not throwing them under the bus or anything. But they're like, okay, so you have a choice of these brands who I want to work with you. They're like, but honestly, like, is that really your image? Farmers Market, because at the time, I mean, it still is like you guys look like gangsters. Like all the girls are like all super hot, really sexy in their pictures. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I would be able to do that kind of photo shoot. I don't know. So we decide to go in a different direction because I was like, yeah, I think you guys are right. Like I don't know if I would be able to rock that look.
Like, I went to Punahou.
Yeah, I went to Punahou. I know. But honestly, like what really changed my mind too about you guys was that like after I saw that community outreach that you guys did, then I was like, holy shit, these guys are like not just flashy, for the clout kind. Like they actually, and they're not just like just talk, no action. Like they're actually out in the community giving back. And so that's when I was like, fuck yeah, like our beliefs and our vision totally align. Yeah. Like, let's figure this out.
Like, no, I was always, I do streetwear, but I do streetwear for a demographic that, it's like, it's unheard of to have a hot Hawaii streetwear brand. You know what I mean? Like, surfwear, yeah, of course. If it's that whole demographic, surf and bodyboarding and stuff. So, but streetwear, you think,
You're right. Yeah.
you know, so I was just trying to be like, broad enough that I can attract like several different demographics. And, like with my, with my old partner, he kind of fit that look and stuff too. And I was just like, okay, I gotta be that way. And, it's almost fake it till you make it, so I gotta be that way because this is part of my job. I'd rather be like you, but I can't. Because if I be like you, fuck, we're gonna go broke.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's gonna know about us. Nobody's gonna talk about us. We're gonna become
Like under the radar kind.
Yeah, I'd like to be like that.
No, she tells me to not be like this too. She's like, you gotta do more. You gotta do this. Yeah. I totally get you. Like, you aren't where you are today by being like me.
Yeah, no, that's why like like you look at all our videos, dude. I'm drinking because if I drink, then social lubricant, loosen up a little bit. I'm not all like, what the fuck is going on?
And you can go
PTSD or
network
whatever.
and everything.
Yeah, so I'm just a little bit more relaxed and just chop it up with everybody, and it works. I think you have a great story. You're a great role model. I think you'd be good in politics.
I've been told that before. I don't really follow politics a lot. I feel like if I were to, of course, I want to get involved to give back to the community. I wasn't sure if my role or like my future life was going to be in the mainland or back here. And
So what is it though?
it's going to be back here.
Oh,
And like, obviously it has a lot to do with Jason, like I met a local boy that I want to like have a family with in Hawaii, but it's also, I just thought about it and I was like, where can I make the biggest, most positive impact? And that would be back here in Hawaii. So, and how would I be able to do that? I feel like, if I were to get involved in politics and policies and stuff like that. But I do believe though in a lot of more grassroots things. I don't know if I would necessarily like want to be at the top. I think more change comes from, again, grassroots, the community. That's where you're gonna enact real change. But I mean, never say never. I think it would be cool, but I would want to go back. I would want to go back to school if I was going to get into politics.
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing about politics. 'Cause, people always tell me, I'd vote for you if you ever ran or whatever. And well, I don't know if can I? I'm a convicted felon. I don't even know if I can.
Can you vote?
Yeah, I can vote.
I think
I just
Why
voted.
not, right?
I had my first time voting this time too.
Oh,
Bruh, yeah, on the bottom, Kanye West. Let's go. But he's an artist too, and I listened to him, and I've been a big Kanye fan since Through the Wire and stuff before he blew up. So, and I always liked his message. I always liked his story, and I can see him like start off. He was very humble before, but like the environment changed him, and now like how. And he gets frustrated because I understand the frustration too. Like when media is trying to twist things that you say, and you're not saying that. You know where you're coming from when you say something, but media gets a hold of it for whatever reasons, and they twist it into their own narrative too. And I was just like, I get it, bro. That's he's losing it. It takes a pretty strong mind to just like push through all that bullshit too. But politics, and Trump. The cool thing about Trump is he forced everybody to take a good, better, long look at politics, and that whole political machine, and how it works, and it opened my eyes. It's like wow, and then in the end, right now, I was just like, okay, we got the right and we got the left, and then I read this thing where it says the right and the left wing still belongs to the same bird, yeah, dude. I was like. Yeah, you saw that too, and I was just like, true. We're doing another show, and even the division that it's called. It's never been this racially divided since the 40s. You know what I mean? Since civil rights movement and stuff too. It's never been this divided and crazy since back then. I'm just like, man, they could control the population. So what social media and the internet gave people voices. People learn how to communicate and fuck with like-minded people, and that made it harder because now we're all chopping it up, and now there's movements and stuff, and like the whole Mauna Kea thing. Because I was there from the jump. The first time we got arrested. And I go to the meetings, and then they say like, oh, we don't want social media, don't put this on social media and stuff. But really, social media saved and made sure that they could not bring the machines up because we had to crowdsource. If it was just same thing, the 31 of us, lock us up. 31 guys, easy. Lock them all up, easy. 31
Nobody
people.
would even know about it, right? Yeah.
Dude, we'd be salty and in jail. But now, try to do 10,000. How much people were up there when The Rock went up?
Yeah,
Like
that was
10,000
crazy.
people.
Yeah.
Dude, so, I mean, you do concerts and stuff. Concert up there, dude. And it made sure that, there was a lot of unity. And I like that unity. We don't have... Unity falls off someplace, and people, when money gets thrown at certain groups, then it divides it, which is a super sad part. But, that whole movement and how it proved that if we stick together and, we stay unified, that we do have a voice and that we can make change. And people have to fucking listen to us. Yeah, so that's what I took from Mauna Kea. That's what I loved about Mauna Kea and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have heard about Mauna Kea if it wasn't for social and seeing everybody's reactions. That was what made me go up. Because in the beginning, I was like, no, I cannot go up. I'm going to start camp pretty soon. I just can't do it. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't until I saw the videos of the kupuna getting arrested, then I was like, oh, okay, booking my ticket and fucking going.
Yeah.
And I ended up going up twice. And yeah, but I feel like I'm not a political person, but there's so much change that I want to see for Hawaiians, especially, that it makes me want to get into it, and I want to be qualified too, so that I could be the best, best person for the job. I want to be qualified, and so whatever path that may lead me to, then that's gonna happen.
And I think people that have established some type of success prior to politics already have a little bit of better understanding, and they're less corruptible. You know what I mean? Because it's like I have this to fall back on. I might make 100,000 over here, but I'm sitting on some cake already. So if I don't like this bill and it doesn't align with my with how I feel and my brain freeze my values, I'm not fucking signing off on it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's that scares a lot of these politicians and stuff, to try to keep people like us out. Mm-hmm. Because even presidents, no president was rich until after office. Yeah. There's several. We can Google that later. But out of all the presidents in history, most of them became millionaires after their office was done. So
yeah, shouldn't
be like that.
They try to keep regular people out for sure.
Totally,
and it's just there's even some seats where there's not even a competitor. It's just one guy to pick from. How the hell you figure that? You're the only guy running. Yeah. Sure, somebody who's way popular than that one guy could get the
totally
votes, and then
and give them a run for their money too. Yeah,
sure.
But another thing that's makes me nervous about getting into that field is too, I don't know, the level of quote unquote fame that I have now is comfortable for me. And I don't know if I would be able to, or if I would want to handle the stress of people not liking me, not liking and I feel like I've done a pretty good job of being neutral and cool and on social media. Not a lot of people troll me and everything. It's not like I'm some punk ass fighter that talks shit. So it's I feel like I'm pretty likable, but people will still say dumb stuff, with my last fight, and I just it crushed me, and I'm just fuck, I don't know if I would be able to handle, anything more than that.
Definitely. So what kind of, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of comments hurt your feelings?
Okay. So my favorite ones are the ones from fans that are oh, well, look at her Instagram. She doesn't post herself training. Like, we all knew this was going to happen. And I was like, wait, what? So just because I'm not posting a fucking million videos of me like hitting mitts, that means I'm not fucking working hard? Like, you guys don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
And like, I have a fucking beer sponsor. I'm going to post about my beer sponsor. It doesn't mean I'm drinking it in camp.
totally.
Like, fucking
People don't
idiots.
understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like one of the comments that super annoyed me because he's like, no, but like, I'm a really huge fan. I hate the people that try to coach you and they're fucking scrubs and are like giving you
not even
advice.
that. You're not really a huge fan if when I lose and you're kicking me when I'm down. You're not a huge fan. You know what I mean? So totally.
Couch potatoes coming up with suggestions. It's just hilarious.
I don't care if somebody's like, fuck you, bitch, like, fuck you. I would rather them say that than be like, oh, yeah, like, you should have done this in your fight, but I'm a huge fan, they'll follow me back.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
And for me, too, because I get that once in a while, too, it hurts when it comes from your own people. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, really, dude? I kind of liked you, man. That's you see me like that? You think I'm like that? You really think like that? Because we all know what Instagram is. You only post your most popping moments. You don't post like all the times you know like the blood, sweat, and tears, and you break down, or the intimate moments where you guys are fighting. You guys are only gonna post the proposals or the good dinners out. You guys aren't posting, like. Fuck up. Whap, whap, whap,
Oh my gosh, that should be the theme of our OnlyFans page. It's just our fights. We're just gonna post all of our fights.
We're fighting. Go live.
Might as well just be like this. I'm faster than you, bitch. Throw her in the back. She got little legs, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me that idea. We're totally gonna do it now.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I think OnlyFans is cool. My girl hates it. She's like, that's only for thotties. It's like, no, it's not, man. I know. And they have photographers that teach you LUT packs and how to create and videographers that.
You pay to look at their posts. Yeah.
Also makes girls be able to be their own manager. Like
Totally.
whether even if you're like in the adult industry professionally, you're your own agent, you're your own everything now. It cuts out, you don't have to owe anybody else money. You make your own videos.
Totally.
Thousands of millions
Super
of people are buying
independent.
your own shit. Yeah, it's like you're self-made on there. You can do whatever.
And you don't rely on somebody else to, for money and stuff.
And like she said, there's also people on there that are like that people. A lot of people follow and they just show their toes. Like there's people that are into weird crap out there.
Dude, I get that. I get the DMs too, bro, for feet pics, dude.
Do you ever send them in?
No, I don't. I was thinking about it though. With this COVID thing, man, I might need a little side hustle.
I feel like, we could do
income is
couples.
good.
Yeah, we
dude,
could
you
do
got some
couples
cool ass
feet.
toenails too, man.
Thanks.
What's it?
Yeah, Jason paints his nails.
It's like chameleon paint.
Yeah. They change color in the light. It's Mardi Gras.
I know. Yeah, my cousin, he plays music and stuff, and he gets manicures and he gets gel nails, but
I guess it's Icona probably, huh?
no, dude, I've been friends with him forever too.
Okay,
bro.
yeah, same here. Yeah. So that's like, okay.
No, it's my cousin Kiola, but he gets them like to strum.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
He's really fucking good too. So
Oh, to like make them harder and
Or
thicker
just
and everything.
instead of using a pick, they
dude, and it makes sense. I was just like, oh, dude, but then he gets wild ass graphics on it that like, okay, you could just went like something really mellow, but
No, Jason, Jason, it sucks because he can pull off any look. He could paint his nails. Nobody would even like bat an eye. They would just think it was super cool. Like he could even, someone recently commented on a picture of us and was like,
well, he's 6'4" too.
yeah.
But how much do you weigh? 260?
245-ish, yeah.
250? Okay.
But yeah, like he could put on eyeliner and like look super cool, like look like Captain Jack Sparrow. Like he can fucking wear anything.
Fucking dreads is hella manly, dude. He's 6'4", he's 250. Nobody's gonna say shit anyway.
Yeah. So, that's true. But like he just looks good in everything. I'm always wearing sweats. I have this like weird ass little undergrowth thing that I'm trying to grow out, like my undershave. Jason thought it was too butch on me, so I was like, sorry.
I didn't think it definitely was.
So I'm trying to, dress up a little bit more here and there, but
Curl it up a little.
curl it up. Yeah. But I'm the first. Well, he says that I'm the first girl like me that he's ever dated. Like,
Dude, people are gonna go
girls.
hit her Instagram. He said the same thing to me. Don't believe it. I'm gonna just tell you right now.
I've
Don't
seen
believe
all
that
his
bitch.
exes, and they're all like fucking, girls that get their hair done, makeup done all the time, and like have big fake tits. Like,
Work for Keone.
Oh gosh.
Dude, but I'm actually gonna have like they both agreed on it. So my baby mom and my girlfriend and stuff, fiance, they both agreed on it to come on do the podcast together too. So we're gonna do
shit,
it.
really?
Awesome.
Yeah,
at the same time.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it's cool. Like
How many episodes or how many guests have you had so far?
well, I like this whole feng shui thing, and it's either gonna be I'm gonna release it and upload it when I hit 5, which is I think I'll probably be done next week. So even this
Okay.
one, it'll be up probably after next week.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, you did the cabbage one," and I was like, "Shit, I got all these fighters, dude. I gotta mix it up, man." So I got Michelle Tippins. She has a PhD. She's a doctor, veteran. In fact, tomorrow I got Kepa. You guys know Kepa?
Geisen?
No, Kepa Keo. He's an activist.
Oh, yeah. Okay, okay.
Caps, yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to Caps, man. He's coming in tomorrow, so I'm gonna do a podcast with Caps. My neighbor, which is the biggest Aloha shirt designer in Hawaii. He's like
It's Kuhao, right?
Kuhao
Yeah, okay, okay.
and his dad Sig Zane. So
Okay.
I got Kuhao guys coming on. I got lucky, you know what I mean? Because I know a bunch of pretty cool people. Interesting conversations we'll have, I'm sure. And so, yeah.
So did you record with Juju them yet?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So that'll be
so
fun. Yeah, dude.
interesting. Nah.
Yeah.
That's cool that they're able. I mean, you have a good relationship with your ex, right?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't, like for a long time, I didn't, like just attack me on social media. And,
I think
and
I remember that. You would post.
I tried to
like-
take the high road a bunch of times. Then, once in a while, like, then I just be like, paragraphs. Yeah. So much that says, will not fit in one post. You know what I mean? Then I go copy and paste it, and I double post, and yeah. But I am so glad that shit is over. You know what I mean?
You guys have
About that.
the 2 daughters together.
Yeah, so we have 2 daughters, they're 10 months apart. So even with that in itself was kind of hard because I understood her, like her thing was just like, I've been fucking pregnant for 2 years, which is kind of true, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh yeah, you're right. But all I do is work, so then she just, she's from Hilo too, so she, it's kind of hard for her to understand my job and, just me being on the road and who I'm around and then, I hated just justifying everything I did on social media and stuff and everybody would just screenshot post and I'm just like, well, tell them pay the bills then. So all that negative shit that they say about me, write it down on a piece of paper. Next time you got to pay your phone bill, try to give it to the lady and try to pay the bill with that. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. So why are you worried about what, all these people, your friends or even strangers and stuff say in a negative way that's going to affect how, we communicate and our relationship too. So that's my EK to you guys too. But I feel like you guys know that already because just like how you said, man, you've been in the spotlight for a long time and stuff. And now you're a little bit more in the spotlight, because it comes with the territory,
Yeah.
You don't have kids, but like your career is just like your kid too, yeah. So you have to help nurture that child too, yeah. I sound like a fucking therapist, man.
I think you should call this couples therapy episode.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, the camera just died.
Oh, for real.
Yeah,
it did
it says
say
charge the battery.
Ah,
Change
okay.
the battery. Take a small pause.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna take a small pause. Okay, batteries are charged up. We're back from our little intermission. Doobie bombed the toilet, and I can smell it. You guys smell it too?
No,
Not yet.
no.
Oh man.
We got COVID, so we lost our sense of taste and smell.
No.
We actually didn't get it this whole time. knock on wood.
She's been trying to.
I've been trying to get it, and like our roommate had it. I was telling you during the break, our roommate got it, and we were like freaking having dinner with him every night and like close contact, and like we didn't get it. Some of my teammates had it, people I trained with had it, and so we've known quite a few people who we are really close with and like we hung out with during the lockdown that all got it, and we haven't got it yet.
See, it's such a weird dynamic too, because I know several people that have gotten it, and I'm just like, so how was it? Super interested in like talking about it. So how was it? How did you feel? He's like, dude, honestly, it felt like I had a hangover. And the most common thing was the loss of taste, like how you guys mentioned. So I was just like, really, that's it? Like a bad hangover? Like what? A EDC hangover? So what level of hangover are we talking about?
Mushroom hangover.
It's like, oh yeah, maybe maybe an EDC hangover. You know what I mean? So it takes, like EDC hangovers take about a week to bounce back from.
Yeah. But and same with us. Like everybody that we knew that got it had a different reaction to it. Like our roommate, he was totally fine. He was freaking like running, going surfing. He felt fine. But then one of our other close friends, he felt like he got hit by a truck. He said it was like, he's like, I'm never making jokes about this ever again. This was terrible. Like we had to go get food for him and drop it off and like leave it at his doorstep. It was so bad he couldn't leave. And then, I do know somebody that did pass away, but he was also already in an at-risk group. Okay. So like it's this whole pandemic, I feel as if everybody is a little bit right. And actually, when it comes to anything in the world, like everybody's opinion or perspective on it is a little bit right because it's based on what they've experienced. Yeah. So like, I know people in the healthcare or like, I know nurses who are like, no, this shit's fucking real. Like we've seen healthy people get it. We've seen all these people get it. It's terrible, blah, blah, blah. I also know nurses who are like, nah, it's a fucking hoax. Like, I just think that like, it's, again, everybody's a little bit right and everybody's entitled to their own perspective about it. And I don't judge other people. Like,
I feel the same way about that too. Like I feel, but what it always boils down to, it's a choice. If you want it, and it should always be that way. If you want to go out in public, and you're comfortable wearing a mask, that's fine. I don't mind. Wear a mask. I'll wear a mask out of consideration. Not because I believe it's as deadly as the media says it is, but I do. It's just a respect thing. And do I like to? No, I don't. But it's just it's real personal. But I always feel like it should always be a choice because once you let the government take away the choice and stuff, you'll never get those things back. Like privacy and
then they can just decide what they want to scare you with or what they want to make you focus on. So that's why it's always good to like know your own stuff and like know statistics because there are things that kill a lot way more people than COVID going on right now, but that chooses to be the center of the focus of the scare of what's killing people right now is that,
And fortunately we didn't live with anybody who was high risk, and our professions, like I personally, I have to be close quarters with people. Like we have to share each other's sweat when we're training. There's no way that I can't engage in that kind, close contact. So whatever is like, again, I'm not living with my parents or like my grandma them or anything. So we had the choice to take the risk. We still had, his bandmates over practicing all the time. We still had like people over to play music all the time.
People you're in close quarters with are people you train with and they know what they're getting themselves into. Like,
and we all, like you said, like we had a choice. It was their choice to come over to our house and whatever. It's like, we all understood that.
And I think that's huge, dude. Having a choice and being able to explore that choice should always be up to you. I mean, I'm gonna get like the whole Bible thumpers are gonna get mad at me, but abortion should be your choice, man. Sometimes if you're ready to have a child, man, you have a child. If you're not, you're not. Were you a little bit irresponsible leading up to that point? Maybe. but it's still your choice to be irresponsible. And people still need to have that. You need to learn. You need to learn. You need to make mistakes sometimes.
Also think of how much, in a good way too, like how much less orphans there would be if things were that way. Like if it was their choice all along. How much uncared for children there are that wouldn't be the case. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Or resented kids. And.
Oh, did you read Freakonomics?
I didn't know.
Oh, because that's exactly what they said in Freakonomics.
I have to only do audiobooks because it's a known fact that when I read, I hyperventilate, and then it's a weird thing. I can't read. Okay. Not because of my skill level, but because I just huff and puff. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, okay. Freakonomics is a really good book, and I read this in prison. But it talked about rogue economy, and it talked about abortions and how when they did have that when it was illegal and stuff. Exactly what you said, that these women had these kids because they had to have them, but they weren't in love with the guy or something, and they ended up resenting the child, treating the child, badly and stuff. And what happens when you treat a kid bad? They react, and they do things that's out of character,
And they end up being more, I don't want to call them an expense, but it becomes more of an expense to society. It becomes more, not a menace, but of a danger to society.
Because they were unloved. They didn't have,
unloved kid is a dangerous thing, That's those kind of people shoot up schools and, leads to those kind of things, behaviors of
it totally can.
Being neglected,
Okay. But hey, I want to ask him about his band. So, So you started a band during COVID.
Yeah.
Because that's super interesting. I became a videographer since COVID because I can't.
And a podcaster
because I couldn't fly these the normal people that I work with. So, I watched hundreds of hours of YouTube videos. I attended YouTube University during this COVID thing, and I learned how to do videography again. Shout out to Jeremy for answering my calls too when I get stuck. But you just did the whole band thing.
Yeah. So we kind of realized that our industry just suddenly died, like everybody else's, and I happened to live by two other guys that I knew from previously touring with, from Anuhea days, and we just would hang out at my house, and we were trying to think of how we can make the best of this situation that we have going on with COVID.
And music, is a passion of yours. So.
Exactly. It's pretty one of the more things I can rely on to get jobs, So we're let's just try and make a band. But it's
therapeutic probably too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so we do have a lot of, San Diego does hold a local scene. There's Hyrie, there's Ilima, Camille, she lives out there. We're all close. We all hang out together. But we're dude, we need to be different and we need to be small and have a big sound because people aren't trying to pay a lot of money for live music because it's COVID and people don't have the money for it. So
and for big 12-piece bands.
Big 12-piece bands. And so I got together with Nico Tuilesu, who's a... he's a tribal theory lead singer.
Yeah.
And then Cork Watson also, he's from Waianae. He's played with everybody. He's been in Maoli, he's in Through the Roots, and he's played with everybody he's one of the better hired guitar players. Anyway, they both happen to be of Filipino descent, and like I said, we were making the best of what we could. We had a gig that Ilima got us at a freaking thrift store parking lot. And at first I was dude, we can't do that. Do you know what we do normally? We're not playing at a thrift store. And so, we took the gig because we felt a soft spot in their heart. It was a family thing. So we went and did it. And they're like, what's your name? And we're like, oh, we don't know.
So what is your name?
You can kind of take over this part too, so you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, we're called B-Lot. B-LOT lot, but yeah.
B-Lot.
So they basically these are all touring musicians who play at sold out festivals, and they find themselves in this parking lot with this hippie ass family, super nice and beautiful, but it was just super grungy, and they're like, what the fuck? And then
not the normal gig we normally.
Yeah, not the normal gig.
Well, shit, big up to you guys, man, for humbling you guys self and doing a gig like that.
Yeah.
Man. That just shows that you guys are passionate about music, and that you're willing to just grow and roll with the punches too. That's dope.
So it was hilarious because then when they were like, yeah, what should we be called? Then they're looking around and they're laughing because they're like, bro, we're not even like in the A lot anymore. We're in the B lot. Like we're parking or like playing in the parking B lot. And then they're laughing because if anybody speaks Tagalog, B lot means
we all know.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
most of the demographic that's probably listening to this podcast knows.
So they're like, okay, yeah, that's what we are. And it just stuck. And it's so funny because, all the gigs that they do go to, like they just did this one super Filipino wedding, like the kind where they don't even speak English kind Filipino. Mm-hmm. And they were like, yeah, we're Bila. And they're like, oh.
Like everybody was eating dinner at this wedding and they look up, they're like, huh? And like, but really excited, especially the older Filipino ladies, because they're still always ready to go, 80 years and all.
But they're just so like, they're so sick. I mean, of course I'm a groupie of Jason and everything, but they're just so awesome to listen to watch. They're all like 3 good looking dudes. They have such a sick sound. And when people ask like, well, what kind of music do they play? We're like, oh, like R&B with a reggae twist / like urban reggae. I don't even know, but they're just awesome. And then I became kind of like their manager by default. And so I can add that to my resume.
Fan, let's go.
And security. I gotta
all in one.
Yeah. So that's what he's been focused on during COVID, which is really nice. That he had something to
an outlet,
his creative outlet and everything, and he's been like watching over the property, rescuing dogs, and just being my trophy husband.
Yeah. Okay, so
tough life.
Are you guys gonna have kids or?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to. He's kind of like iffy about that. I mean, some days he does, some days he doesn't. But I'm like, I'm gonna get that sperm anyway. I don't care. You're gonna give me your seed. You're gonna give me your seed. I don't care if we don't work out, but like, I need to have one of your
genes
babies.
are there though, right?
Gift. I'll give you the.
Thank you.
Not my gift.
You need to gift me your seed.
Even if you guys don't work out, it's a parting gift for you, babe.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm just like, our
vials.
genes are like so good. Like, do you see how beastie that baby would be?
Yeah, dude. And creative and artistic. You guys,
I'll probably be Mahu.
Hey,
you never know.
Yeah. We accept everybody over here.
Yeah.
We wanted to do a gender reveal party and
make
have
it yellow.
Non-binary.
Like,
that? Pop the balloon. It says non-binary.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Pop the balloon. There's nothing. And then you're like, well, what is it? So it didn't work. Non-binary.
And then my plan was, I was gonna name our baby Ilima after me.
no matter what.
IJ, Ilima Jr. Yeah.
Was that your idea? Was that her idea?
It's definitely her
Of course it was my
idea.
idea. I was trying to get him to take my last name.
She would pull a George Foreman and name all her kids Ilima if she could.
It'll happen in one way or another.
Well, so for everybody that's listening, Julia chose the name Keone Jr., man. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, not Keone. It was Juju that did
I like
it.
that.
yeah, it wasn't me, but I was
KJ.
super flattered by it. I was like, really? Why though? Why? She's like, oh, because I love you so much. I think it's a cute name, and
He's your first son, yeah?
like, oh, yeah, it's my first son. Well, no, I had a different. I have a nice son too, but yeah, like
Yeah, carry on
first
your
other
name.
son, yeah.
Yeah, he's super gorgeous, by the way. If
Thank
anyone
you, guys.
hasn't seen the baby yet.
Okay, so does your band have a Instagram?
Yes, we do. Actually, it's a B-Lot Music.
B Lot Music.
How do you spell
Lot.
that? It's
Actually, I think it's B_lot music.
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, and if anyone's in the Orange County area, or I'm sorry, Southern California area, they have a couple gigs coming up as soon as we get back home. So they'll be pretty busy as soon as we go back.
Okay, I gotta ask Jason a music question.
Yes.
Do you remember Pirates of Liloa?
Yes, of course, and that's like one of her favorite bands. So yeah, we
It's
play
one guy.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Really?
I thought it was a few.
I thought it was like SDIB. I thought they used to be pirates.
No, it's like so. I worked for Wonderland when I first got out of jail,
okay.
dude.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh yeah, they're trying to book acts, and then you know, I found them on YouTube and stuff too. I was like, bro, these motherfuckers are hilarious, dude. Bro, they're a vibe. And then, you know, my boss and his wife kind of looked into it and he's like, bro, it's one guy.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, really? I started listening to it and I was like, okay, he's doing all the voiceovers and he's
even
double
more
layering the
amazing.
tracks and stuff. But then, you know, they didn't end up booking him because he said there was one guy. I was like, very mysterious. And I was like, is it one guy? It can't be one guy. I said, and, you know, they swear it's one guy.
And
But
is he
do
from
you
here?
guys know?
I thought it was, my understanding was the same thing she thought, was it was a couple of the guys from San
SJB.
Diego, Island Boys,
But
and
they
they just did a different project. That was my understanding of that.
Oh, so it's Pirates of Liloa, still shrouded in mystery.
yeah.
That is
I'm gonna try
really
to go
interesting.
find them now.
Yeah.
So we were actually just talking about this last night, that like Jason is super good with he's really good with like making up his own lyrics, but like funny lyrics that, you know, he like sings
on the
along to a
go,
song.
like
Yeah,
a-
on the go lyrics that he just makes up off the top of his head. And he hates country music and I love country music and like
I don't hate it. I just can't really listen to
he
it.
doesn't like the
Same.
storylines of it.
Because
and,
because
like,
what are the storylines,
it's
man?
the same shit.
Beers,
cheating?
boots, bayous, bitches, titties, sad, happy,
It's a lot of it is cheating, dude. And I'm just
or
like,
that too. Yeah.
cheat on me, dude. You better not cheat on me, dude. Tequila better not make your panties fall down, dude. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that.
So we started listening. I was listening to a song in the car, and then he starts freestyling to it, and I was like, and he was doing it in his like best country impression,
And it was pretty
accent.
good.
And I was like, holy shit, like that should be your thing. You should do like parody country music. And so I was thinking like Pirates of Liloa, like it was all of their shit was funny, and so
Dude, they were so good.
I that's
Or
kind
he
of
was
like
so good.
yeah. See, if he could do it by himself, you can do it by yourself. That's gonna be your next passion project.
Got a lot of time, so you know.
I also want you to freaking make a song about me, but still waiting about that. I made you one of my corner men. You need to make a song about me.
I'll just sing a Bullet You a cover song about you.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay, dude. Okay.
Oh, they close at 3? Oh.
And we've been on here for kind of a while now, which is good. And thank you guys, dude. This was a fucking super fun podcast. I can't wait to put this out.
Sorry guys, we're gonna go to So Juicy and they close in like 15 minutes. So we're like, oh, you gotta get our order in first.
Last call.
Gotta eat before we drink some more.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Keone. It was awesome.
Okay. Thank you
Aloha.
guys. Aloha.